In the pantheon of action cinema, few debates ignite as much passion as the eternal question: who would win in a battle between John Rambo and John McClane? These two titans of testosterone-fueled entertainment have defined what it means to be an action hero for over 4 decades. Sylvester Stallone's Rambo and Bruce Willis's John McClane represent two fundamentally different approaches to heroism, each leaving an indelible mark on film history and popular culture. Both characters emerged during the peak of 1980s action cinema, a golden age that gave birth to some of the most memorable one-liners, explosive set pieces, and muscle-bound protagonists ever committed to celluloid. Rambo burst onto screens in 1982's First Blood, while John McClane made his debut in 1988's Die Hard. These weren't just movies, they were cultural phenomena that spawned franchises, inspired countless imitators, and cemented their creators' places in the Action Hero Hall of Fame. The legacy of these characters extends far beyond box office receipts. They've inspired generations of filmmakers, actors, and audiences who crave the cathartic release that only a perfectly executed action sequence can provide. From video games to comic books, from Halloween costumes to internet memes, Rambo and McClane have transcended their cinematic origins to become modern mythological figures. Born from the gritty streets of New York and forged in the fires of Hollywood rejection, Sylvester Stallone didn't just create Rambo, he became him. The character of John Rambo emerged from Stallone's own struggles with post-Vietnam War America, crafting a tortured warrior whose battles extended far beyond any battlefield. Rambo isn't just a soldier, he's a force of nature. Trained in special forces tactics, psychological warfare, and survival techniques that would make Bear Grylls weep, Rambo represents the ultimate military machine. His arsenal includes everything from custom-made explosive arrows to improvised traps that could level city blocks. But beneath the muscle and mayhem lies a deeply wounded soul, a man fighting not just external enemies, but the demons of war itself. Stallone's portrayal transformed Rambo from David Morrell's novel into a cultural phenomenon. The character's evolution from First Blood sympathetic veteran to the one-man army of later films mirrors America's own complex relationship with its military heroes. This isn't just about firepower, it's about a man who embodies both the ultimate warrior and the ultimate victim of war. While Stallone was crafting the perfect soldier, Bruce Willis was revolutionizing what an action hero could be. John McClane wasn't born from military precision. He emerged from the everyday chaos of being a working-class cop, dealing with personal problems, family drama, and the worst possible timing. McClane's greatest weapon isn't his service pistol or his one-liners, though both are formidable. It's his ability to think on his feet when everything goes wrong. He's the guy who turns Christmas ornaments into weapons, uses ventilation shafts as highways, and somehow always finds himself in the wrong place at the worst possible time. Yet that's exactly what makes him dangerous. Willis brought a vulnerability to action cinema that hadn't existed before. McClane bleeds, he doubts himself, he makes mistakes, and that's what makes his victories so compelling. He's not superhuman, he's superhuman, finding extraordinary courage in ordinary circumstances. His battles aren't just physical, they're emotional, psychological, and deeply personal. Round 1 takes place in a confined, urban environment, perhaps an abandoned warehouse or office building reminiscent of Nakatomi Plaza. In close quarters, Rambo's hand-to-hand combat training gives him an initial advantage. His military conditioning and superior physical strength would dominate traditional martial arts exchanges. However, McClane's agility and familiarity with urban environments allows him to use the surroundings to his advantage. Fire extinguishers become smoke screens, electrical panels become improvised weapons, and ventilation shafts become escape routes. While Rambo might win individual exchanges, McClane's ability to turn the environment into his ally keeps him competitive. Round 2 shifts to a longer-range engagement, perhaps across a cityscape or industrial complex. This is Rambo's domain. His expertise with rifles, explosives, and tactical positioning makes him a formidable sniper and demolitions expert. McClane, however, refuses to play by conventional rules. Instead of engaging in a traditional firefight, he uses his detective skills to outmaneuver Rambo, setting traps and creating diversions. Where Rambo might use C4 to level a building, McClane would figure out how to turn the building's own systems against his opponent. Round 3 presents the ultimate urban warfare scenario, combining elements from both previous rounds. The concrete jungle becomes their battlefield, with both fighters utilizing every skill in their respective arsenals. Rambo's systematic approach meets McClane's chaotic improvisation in a spectacular clash that showcases why both characters have endured as action icons.
Analyzing each fighter's strengths and weaknesses, your news anchor reacts to a mix of breaking and important news. Analyzing each fighter's strengths and weaknesses reveals fascinating insights into their combat effectiveness. Rambo possesses superior training, physical conditioning, and weapons expertise. His military background provides him with tactical advantages and the mental fortitude to function under extreme stress. However, his methodical approach might be predictable to a seasoned detective like McClane. McClane's greatest strength lies in his unpredictability and adaptability. His ability to think outside conventional parameters and use unconventional methods might catch even a seasoned warrior like Rambo off guard. However, his lack of formal military training and inferior physical conditioning could prove decisive disadvantages in prolonged combat. The unexpected twist in this hypothetical confrontation might be that neither warrior emerges victorious in traditional terms. Both men are driven by strong moral codes and protective instincts. In a realistic scenario, they might recognize each other as kindred spirits fighting for similar causes. The battle could end with mutual respect rather than mutual destruction, perhaps with both joining forces against a common enemy, a scenario that would make for an incredible crossover film. The enduring legacy of Stallone and Willis extends far beyond their most famous characters. They've influenced countless action stars and continue to work in Hollywood, adapting their personas for new generations of fans. Their impact on action cinema cannot be overstated. They help define the visual language, narrative structures, and character archetypes that continue to dominate the genre today. As we look toward the future of action cinema, it's worth considering whether any contemporary stars can match the cultural impact of Rambo and McClane. While modern action heroes like John Wick or the Fast and Furious franchise characters have their own devoted followings, few have achieved the broad, multi-generational appeal of these 1980s icons. The importance of action cinema lies not just in spectacular stunts and explosive set pieces, but in its ability to provide audiences with heroes who embody our highest aspirations for courage, determination, and moral clarity. Whether through Rambo's unwavering loyalty or McClane's everyman heroism, these characters remind us that ordinary people can accomplish extraordinary things when circumstances demand it. In the end, both Sylvester Stallone and Bruce Willis have given us more than just entertaining movies. They've provided us with modern myths that continue to inspire and thrill audiences worldwide. The debate over who would win in a fight between their characters is ultimately less important than celebrating the unique contributions each has made to the rich